and welcome to Greifenhorst, which is my fantasy medieval survival playthrough. And, okay, what's going on? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay, that'll learn you. As I was saying, this is my medieval fantasy world. And at the end of the last episode, I went wandering, and at the end of the episode, I had discovered this town. This beautiful little town that is certainly a cut above the rest. And yes, this is naturally spawned. I'm pretty sure that this one is generated by the mod Lucky's Grand Capitals, which is a pretty awesome mod. But anyway, so I found this, and this offers all sorts of possibilities. But it also offers the opportunity for some much needed resources, right? So I'm here doing what I usually do, villages like this. I'm going to give them a bed so that they can increase the number of villagers, and in exchange I'm going to avail myself to the various items in their chests and drawers. But that last house didn't really have a place to put a bed, and this one's kind of an awkward situation, but I'll mow the floor here and put a bed down, and now we'll just, kind of clear their junk drawers of unneeded stuff and move forward. Now, there is a lot going on in this world. If you tuned in, you noticed, you know that I am rebuilding a castle from scratch, pretty much. And, as far as that goes, I think I have what I refer to as an armored box. It's just that, pretty much. It's a stone brick box with a door. So, in terms of a castle, it's not very castle-y, but it's a start. It's a safe place to keep my stuff. And the world overall is filled with a number of mods that makes it a bit more hazardous than my steampunk world, including and perhaps especially the Ice and Fire mod, which is all about dragons. And the thing about that mod is when I was doing my playtesting to see what that mod is about and decide if to use it or not, dragons are awesome. I mean, not awesome in that they can, they're cool looking and all that jazz. I mean, awesome in that they can wreak havoc on a world in a way that you can scarcely imagine, right? And in the Ice and Fire mod, it's not like there's a dragon or a couple dragons. There are oodles of dragons. And to make this world playable, I kind of set things up so they won't spawn within 10 kilometers of basically my base. So that gives us a little room to get situated, to build, to have some fun, and lay a foundation before we eventually have to face the reality that to go any further in this world, physically further, we're gonna have to fight our way through. And oh boy, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But let me just tell you too, not looking forward to it at the same time. So this guy's stuck because he can't get past the carpet. And let me tell you, that must be some pretty thick carpet. The type of carpet you can wander around on without slippers, and your feet are all nice and cushioned and happy feet. Yeah. Not that threadbare shag stuff that we had in the 70s. No. This is like, I guess they would call it pile, plush. Anyhow, what I've noticed with the cities from Lucky's Grand Capitals, besides the fact that you have to mow your floor, is that once you start tapping into the houses like I am doing here, you'll find that they kind of establish like a single loot table for the entire community. So once you go into a couple of houses and see what they have, by and large, that's what you're going to find in all those houses. So I've got bones, and I've got blocks of clay, and pumpkin seeds, and bones. And by the time I get out of here, I'll have tons of all that stuff. On the flip side, there are a few places where you will see, wow, this thing's even bigger than I thought. There are a few buildings that may provide some different stuff, and they're usually the ones that are tied to professions. So if you find a building with looms in it, then you'll probably find chests full of like wool and string and stuff like that. If you find a blacksmith shop, it'll actually have maybe some gemstones and some metal ores, stuff like that. But the day-to-day, everybody, normal living house type thing, well, they've got the same old thing over and over. But there could be a lot of value in that. And just for the record, I don't believe in busting pots. Basically I traded for going through the drawers, not for busting the place up. So yes, I know I'm leaving money on the table, but how friendly you're going to be if you say, yeah, you can come in and look around and see what I got, and the guy starts busting up all the stuff in your house, right? It's not going to make you happy. So, okay, I'm assuming that all these weeds growing on the floors of their houses is desirable by them, so I won't bother mowing their floors for them, but plenty of stuff to do otherwise. Nice. Now, aside from, from discovering this little gem, and let's stop and talk about the future of this place. Okay, don't mind me. Thanks for nothing. You're very helpful. Okay. Hey, you might want to come down from there. Need help? No? Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, you guys are gonna help him? Well, you helping him or not? Man, it's like watching, I don't know, the Keystone Cops or something. Abbott Costello. So I was saying about the future of this town. Now, okay, note to self. Pay attention to where I'm stepping while I'm talking to folks. So the future of this town. Now, in these worlds, I'm a builder. I like to build stuff. Always have, always will be. And sometimes I need to build something in the middle of nowhere from scratch. But my preferred modus operandi is to take something that already exists and improve upon it. Now, with vanilla villages, that is an incredibly low bar. This is not a Minecraft vanilla village, not by any stretch of the imagination. So there is a lot of exciting stuff going on here that that I could work with and improve upon. I don't know how yet. I'm not spending that many calories thinking about it, but I think there's a lot of great potential and a lot of ladders, apparently. And that is something I want to remark upon, is that, for generated structures, part from a mod, this type of verticality is kind of unusual. So I'm digging that. But what I'm thinking, now I'm just spitballing here, right? But I mean, this is a pretty big town. And it's big. It's somewhat well ordered, but everything in between the buildings is pretty messy. So this would be an interesting building to kind of refine and expand upon. And the town's big enough, I think it would, nobody's stuck. I think it would kind of warrant something like a town hall, city gates, and of course a proper road in and out of town, because a town this size, of course, would have a fairly robust trading system. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Just add it to the list. I will tell you this. That is a pretty spectacular mountain back there. The carve out to the left kind of reminds me of like cathedral arches. How do you get into this one? Yeah. One of now I completely forgot what I was going to say. Buildings, city wall. Nope, it's gone. Oh well. Oh, I remember what all the flowers reminded me. So, when I do the exploring and I find various settlements or features, some of them will probably get taken apart or ignored. Some of them will stay. The ones that stay, though, typically are given a name, right? Now, I've always kind of pictured Greifenhorst to be, as the name would imply, somewhat of like a medieval Germanic type of world. But it's also a fantasy world. I mean, it got dragons and stuff, so we don't have to be held too tightly to the German theme. Besides, if you've been watching the episodes and listening, you will hear a fair bit of Celtic music in there, and that's because one, I like it, and B, it's a lot easier to find than anything that remotely sounds what people would readily identify as medieval German. I mean, what is medieval German, right? And let's be frank, even just regular medieval music of any country is, it's hard to find in general, but it's really hard to find if you're trying to find something that's copyright free or royalty free. So until I win the lotto and I have a couple $1 billion under my belt, that is going to remain a consideration. That or until one of you, who is a musician and a talented one, would be willing to work with me and write songs that I could put in my, or tunes that I could put into my videos. But I'm getting distracted again. Back to the name of towns and cities and features and stuff. So one of the things that I found striking about this one is it's essentially in a flower forest. So there are flowers all over the place, and it's quite frankly, it's kind of pretty and interesting. So going with the German theme, right? Greifenhorst is the name of my castle, which is the an eyrie or a roost for a griffin, and then the town, the village nearby, I called Waldorf, which is forest town. But what would I name this one? And I think going in the German tradition of creating compound words, going the direct route, something like Flower Town, right? Or Flower City. And so I think I want to call this one Blumenstadt, which is Flower City. Because, you know, it's a city with flowers everywhere. So I think I did that one. So this is the main statue in the center of town. And then you've got this little narrow land bridge. See, now this one has got the tailors or the weavers. There's the looms, there's the weavers, and here are chests full of, you know, stuff that they would use, which I don't really need to take away from them. That stuff I can readily get on my own. So, excuse me again. Chest, not chest, an urn. I like the ones with chests, because I don't mind opening chests. With the urn, it's just, yeah, I know it's money on the table, and I know I'm not obligated to leave it alone, but I am obligated. So, didn't I? Yeah, I just saw this one. I'm repeating myself here. In more ways than one. Let's see. Again, no guy stuck. Nobody home at all. So, good stuff. Now, I started grabbing these saplings. Even knowing I have plenty of spruce saplings back home. Which is in the spruce forest. But, on the way home, or when I'm running around, if I run into any whirly sprigs, I can get, I can convert them into whirly sprig tokens, by using bone meal on those saplings. Oh, nice! Within the vicinity of the whirly sprig. So. And that's all part of Ars Nouveau, which is a magic mod, and it involves a bunch of stuff. But one of them, one of the things you do is you collect, you collect these little magical creatures, and they form the basis of the quote-unquote automation system in Ars Nouveau. So, yeah, they're valuable. So, there you go. I like how this town has also got some color to it. I mean, besides the flowers, it's got some color in the buildings. And this is a statue of somebody carrying a very cool lantern. I guess the city's dedicated to the memory of the mine worker who came here and established a small but lasting dynasty, I guess. Wow, it's quite busy in here. Cartographers. Okay. Whoa. Oh, it's a recruit. So, one of the mods I have is villager recruits. And by default, it will generate recruits instead of golems. And that guy's got some fancy armor on, so he is a worthy golem substitute, I think. There's a whirly sprig over there. Ooh, score. Now, this is important for a couple different reasons. 3 to be exact, and there's it's those 3 diamonds right there. Because the 3 diamonds can be used to make a diamond pickaxe, and yes, that's a useful thing unto its own. But This is again a game world that uses Ars Nouveau, and in Ars Nouveau we open up glyphs that allow us to have to create different types of spells of different types of capabilities. And one of the key glyphs is the Amplify glyph. So I just told you about getting a Whirly Sprig. So, yep, there he goes. And now I got a Whirly Sprig token. And they have a new tree. It's a win-win. Except for maybe the Whirly Sprig. Anyway, the Amplified glyph can be used in the spells I make to make them more powerful. And where that's immediately useful, I think I got a book, a Vorpal book. Yep, Vorpal. So I can take the Vorpal book and apply it to this iron sword with sharpness 1, and lickety stack, I got a nice little sword there. And you guys can get out of there. So Amplify. Now that's important for a lot of different things, because it can take whatever spell you have and make it more powerful. And that's useful because I have spells for fighting, for killing monsters, and perhaps immediately, of immediate importance, was the fact that last episode we discovered that I didn't have a diamond pick, nor did I have the ability to break obsidian blocks via spell. To do that, I would need the Amplify glyph, and I didn't have what I needed. So the reason I'm excited about it now is I can go get the Amplify glyph, and now I could beef up my offensive spells, and I could beef up my my block breaking spell, and to include different forms of obsidian. And that's important because the whole point of the last episode was to go walk about. So this is their church. It's got a brewing stand up there. And a chest. Whoa! That's a lot of green. Okay, I've got to blink my eyes until the green fades from it. That was a lot of emeralds. Anyway, the whole point of the last episode was I was off in search of crying obsidian, which can be found in the overworld at ruined nether portals. And reason that's important is because crying obsidian is what you use in the enchantment infuser. So, oh, and apples too. Apples galore. Yep, forbidden fruit. So the enchantment infuser is what I've been after, and if you haven't watched my other videos or where I talk about it, or you haven't heard anything about it, it is basically a replacement for the enchantment table, and it allows you to, in its most basic form, to add whatever enchantment you want that's applicable at the cost of experience. Now it's kind of a one-time thing, so once your item is enchanted, you're done, right? But and you know, you can't change it except through the old-fashioned way of, you know, using an anvil and books and all that jazz. But if you have enough experience, you can fully enchant an item, including the mending enchantment, and that is a heap of awesome right there. Now, the more advanced, I did it again. The more advanced enchantment table, dude, if you keep, oh, I opened the window, not a door. The more advanced enchantment table now takes it one step further, because you can open up the enchantment the enchantment infuser on the item at any time, And you can take enchantments off and get experience back. You can put different enchantments on. You can bump them up, you can bump them down, and you can also repair items through experience. I mean, yeah, you could do that with mending, but that means you gotta have the item in your hand when you're awarded the experience, and part of it gets channeled into the item to repair it. This is different. You can have the levels from whenever, and they're just sitting there not doing anything, and then you can take them to the take the item to the enchantment user, and you can spend those existing levels. Now, I will break Numu stuff typically, but at this point, you know, they are on the edge of a proper town, so I'm just going to assume that they're there by the good graces of the people of that town, and I'm not going to, for once, break their urns, bases, or whatever you want to call them. Anyway, so there we go. And wow, I didn't realize I collected that many loose emeralds. I remember the 3 blocks of emeralds, but I didn't realize I had 37 loose emeralds. Oh, and I've got 2 diamonds besides the 3 I just picked up. So things that make me go Okay. Here we go. This should be one of those moments where, you know, trumpets play, the clouds part, light beams shine down. Not a loaf of bread. No, sorry. Oh boy. So tier 1, amplify. We select it. Now it wants me to use the diamond pickaxe. So I use the diamond pickaxe. It will scribe the glyph for me, hand me the glyph. I then use it. And now I go to my handy dandy spell book, and I can see I have the amplify effect, or augment is what it's really called. And now I can go to my block breaking spell, which is Big B's Paxel, named after Big B from the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons world. And now my advanced Paxel spell will enable me to mine obsidian. So that's huge. What's also huge is the stack of enchanted books I've pulled back here. You know, the drawback to having 3 Let's Play worlds that you're playing simultaneously is, as I go through an episode and I start to remember where everything's located in this episode, then I'll go play the other 2, and I'll be gone for a while, and then when I come back, I would have forgotten where everything was in this one. But, okay, this is the food one. And this is my block and furniture stuff. Smeltables. Crafting junk. That's truly my junk drawer. Gonna keep some of this bone meal for creating new tokens. But all these books need to go somewhere. The apples go here. The books could go in here. Let's get the rest of them. food locker. And all of those seem to have plenty of fuel. Let's get rid of some of these junky pieces of equipment. Grab some more of the hardware related bits and put them in the hardware related drawer. This is by no means my long-term storage solution, but we're inching our way toward implementing that. So let's do the classic medieval trick of getting rid of stuff you don't want by throwing it over the castle wall. I don't have a moat, so that'll have to do. Okay. So now that I can break obsidian, I think the next thing I need to do is go back to that nether portal and break obsidian. Ta-da! Just got to be careful in case I uncover some... Oops. Need to stand back a bit. In case I uncover some open lava. I don't want to fall in it, but more importantly, I don't want any of my crying obsidian to fall in it. Okay. Of course, the more powerful spell uses more mana, which means I run out of mana faster, which means I spend more time waiting for it to recharge. But that's small potatoes. I got 3 crying obsidian, which, truth be told, I was hoping for 4. 4 is what I need for the enchantment infuser, and 4 is what I need for the next and final level of the enchantment infuser, but I'm 3 more than I had, so... But here's the thing. If I leave this waystone here, it's not going to do me much good because I don't really have much need to come back to this place, except for maybe the netherrack. But once I get to the nether proper, I have an infinite lifetime supply of netherrack. So not much point in keeping a waystone here. But taking down the waystone, besides apparently magically clearing the weather, taking down the waystone basically means I don't have a quick way home. I mean, I could set the waystone back up, but then still have a waystone that's kind of stranded. So I've got it with me, and I would like to return back to the estate, to Greifenhorst. So gonna have to hoof it. But and I wasn't really looking forward to that, except the rain stopped. So now I'm kind of looking forward to it. This is a pretty nice place to wander around. Now, in vanilla Minecraft, to get from point A to point B, for me, was kind of felt like a chore, right? Oh, hi, Fox. And, I mean, there's far fewer biomes. there's less variation between the biomes. Ooh, graveyard. Sun is setting, so I don't want to be here too long. But open the door. Inventory isn't generated, but if I break the chest, that forces it to generate the inventory and put it in my pocket. I will tell you this, if you open the chest, you're going to fight one or more ghosts. That's all there is to it. And they're not fun. I mean, they're not super powerful or anything. It's not fun, though. So, there. Don't have to worry about it. Anyway, I walking around in vanilla Minecraft is not particularly fun or interesting. And this is because this is a jumping spider, which I've never seen in game before. And he is cute, or she is cute as a button. And not causing me any grief, so bonus points for that. I have no idea if you can tame them, and if you can tame them, I have no idea what you feed them. Because I think it would be cool to have a cute little jumping spider. So I guess that's homework for myself to figure out later. This is a Wilden lair. Oops, I meant to light the place up, but I lit up one of the Wildens. At least we can see what he's up to, or they're up to, or whoever's up to. Fire full spread, and dead. Excellent. These are the Wildens are kind of like the stock hostile mobs for Ars Nouveau. They come in different flavors. This one is kind of like a flying squirrel bat thing. Probably a bat more than a flying squirrel, except they run around on the ground sometimes, which I find very squirrel-like. More like a flying squirrel than a bat. Like that. Oh, which is really kind of disturbing, quite frankly. How many of them are there in here? Wildens come in different flavors. These ones are called the Stalkers. Wow. There's different types of Wildens. They all have different abilities. They produce different drops that are used for different things. And you may have noticed that I use the word different a lot. Well, that's kind of like what they were going for. Variety's the spice of life, I guess. How many more are there? I don't think I've ever found a Wilden lair with this many Wilden in it, of any type. I think that's all of them, though. Okay. This place is lit. Ooh, hey. Hey. Hey, what in the world? Okay, now I'm lit. Or bit. I'm sorry. It's the only thing between me and my bed right now is caffeine and the fun I have doing this, so you'll just have to excuse my weirdness. Or maybe you're here because of my weirdness. If that's the case, well, thank you. Thank you so much. So I got a codex, which will help me learn a new glyph for free. So maybe I'll get a good one. Undead. Filter undead. Or not. Oh, man. The filter glyphs you could use to limit the target of spells, right? So you can make a spell only applicable to undead or not applicable to undead specifically or blah, blah, blah. I mean, and it's pretty cool. Now, I believe, I'm pretty sure those come from Ars Elemental. I might be wrong. It might be part of regular Ars. But there's nothing worse than to be standing there casting heal on yourself and or a friend and finding out that the zombie you're standing next to is also getting healed as well. So that would suck. Though I think that's a bad example because I think healing undead causes harm and harming undead causes healing. So, but you get the idea. You know what I'm talking about. Well, I think this place is pretty well tapped, and I think it might be. Did I open that one yet? Yep. Okay. Ah, this one I hadn't touched. Okay. This is interesting. So that golden eye has nothing to do with James Bond, but is in fact for strongholds. It's a fancy ender eye, and what makes that one special is that in this game I have a mod, I think it's called the Entry Mastered, that basically requires you to find a bunch of these relatively unique Ender Eyes to be able to activate the Stronghold portal. So I got one. Not ready to go find a portal stronghold just yet, but let's see. Boy, did I screw this up. There we go. Oh, water. I thought that, I mean, it might go deep, but I thought it was a deep, dry cave, so. This looks like a deep, dry cave that goes through. Oh, well, it's not that dry, apparently. I'm looking to see if there's any low-hanging fruit in terms of easy to get at ores. Oh, hold it. I thought that was water. It's not water. It's creeper-infested dry land. Wow, I really touched them. Looks like there's water down there, but there's nothing here within sight that's compelling enough to make me want to risk life and limb just yet. Whoa, that's some drop there. This interesting little back canyon type of thing. Whoa, looky here. This is the entrance to an abandoned mine. And I believe this is one of the abandoned mines from Young's better or improved abandoned mines. So we definitely want to add this one to the map to check out later. And the nice thing about being the only person on this server is that mine is all mine. It is what it is. And if that means painful, painful it is. Okay. I do miss the fact that I can't see you rolling your eyes like my daughters do when I say stuff like that around them. So that takes some of the fun out of it, but I can imagine you rolling your eyes, and that's almost as good. Kinda. These fir forests, I kind of dig. I like fir trees. I mean, you know, in real life, I love all the pines and the firs, always have. And I like pine and fir forests here and in real life because they usually have wide and open space. Huh. Here's a house I'm probably not ready to take on just yet. Wide and open spaces underneath the lowest branches, right? So if you want to hang out under the trees, do stuff under the trees, whatever, it's usually a good place, you know, as far as the forest goes, to do that, as opposed to, you know, a lot of the forests I've been that have been predominantly made up of deciduous trees, like oaks and birches and stuff. Well, the undergrowth is pretty, or usually pretty dense, right? A lot of bushes and such, so that if you just want to go strolling through the forest, you either need an axe or you need to find a trail. While with the pines, you're free to go wherever you want. Assuming there's no cliffs or bears or whatever, but you know what I'm talking about. I fully expected there to be bad guys here. This is the little camp that I spied with my spyglass way back in episode 1, and I thought it might be like circus wagons or something. It certainly kind of looks and feels circusy, but those are not circus wagons, no. And nobody seems to be around, so I'll certainly avail myself of the goodies they left behind. Home Sweet Home, or Armored Box, Armored Box, I guess. Huh. I guess I had forgot. I had thought I had all the different archwood trees, but it looks like I'm missing the yellow one. So, I'm just going to have to make a note here, and next time I'm running around and see one, I need to grab it. I will say this: if and when I do find the necessary time and materials to really upgrade, my backpack and stuff, I'm making surprisingly good progress toward that, and that's great because in my post-apocalyptic world, I'm still struggling to build my very first backpack. So, not going to turn my nose at any luck or lucky breaks that come my way. Two different kinds of silver, of course. Quite an eclectic mix of things I found. I'd like to use chalk, and I have a chalk box or whatever it is, but I don't know how to use it, obviously. Oh, now I do. So I can leave a mark on something. I can erase a mark with something. Okay. I don't know what this... I can see I have different colors of chalk, and I have space for 3 more. But I don't know what the rest of the UI does yet. I got a saddle, which I'll probably never use because I will soon have the ability to summon a magical horse, which, it's limited duration, but when it despawns, I can spawn another one, so... I do like those rainbows. Do indeed. Been making good progress there, but I think it's time to start harvesting the bamboo, making scaffolding, and expanding our production capacity for some of the seeds and saplings we've collected. And that's probably what I will focus on next time. But for now, I will enjoy the glowing rainbow cutting through the weather. And I want to wish you and yours good health, good spirits, and a touch of good fortune. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and cheers.